Marcus is asking for an offensive ranking.
You
I
know,
always
I
love
think
these way
there's,
too early predictions, but
well, yeah, I
hey,
mean, you get
that's
that,
the
but like
game
the
we're
other thing
in.
for me is, and I was talking about this with somebody the other day, what you need from the offensive line is to go from putrid to simply bad. Because that's a big step forward. You know what I mean? If you get from atrocious to mediocre, that's like three Mother May I giant steps forward, right? And that's going to be a factor in this as well. So hopefully, if we can progress on the offensive line to being simply bad as opposed to the worst in the country, that'll help everybody take a step forward. But, you know, you have a very talented quarterback. You don't have anybody to throw to. I mean, on the outside, you got plenty of dudes on the inside, slots and tight ends. But I would say better. I know that that's not necessarily very descriptive of better, but if Miami, in terms of advanced statistics, and I go back over to this, I click once, I click twice, I click on Miami, was on offense, excuse me, sorry, 81st in the country this past season. Top 50 would be a very big step forward, and one that would, I think, be positive for the progression of this team.
And we know that the Duke game was ridiculous in regards to turnovers. That was in the 8 game, right? 8 turnovers in the Duke game.
That was.
Where did Miami stand overall in turnovers? Because obviously that is a huge key in this as well. You know, if you can go from 81st in the nation to top 50 in offense and also, you know, reduce your turnovers maybe by a third or something like that.
Turnover margin. Find Miami. Nope, the other one. Had 25 giveaways and 22 takeaways. So -3 on the year. But that turns into +5. Sorry, +4 because it goes to 0. Yeah, you go to +4 on the year without those 8. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, so I mean, yeah, if you get the turnovers down into the, mid low teens, you know, there's so many things like, the knee bone's connected to the hip bone, but yeah, you hope that the offensive line is going to take at least a step forward to bad. The offense can be, I'll say top 60, which is a progression of, 20 places, give or take. Anything more than that is just bonus. But yeah.
Who was the best offensive lineman last year? And did that particular individual play well or just played well in comparison to the rest of the mess?
For Miami last year, I would have to say John Campbell got. I mean, Jalen Rivers, I think, was the best offensive lineman overall. But I will give a shout out to John Campbell because John Campbell Jr. did step into the left tackle job and hold it down all year long. Yeah, Dem Kane's 01. Rivers was the best. Yeah, I think that he was the best, most physical. Like, that's the guy. And he played that way in 2021 till he got injured as well. But I think that Jalen Rivers is, like, objectively, like, full stop good, not just, like, in a vacuum. Like, it's funny. I was talking with a friend that I used to work at band camp. It's not like, band camp hot. It's just like, I wouldn't even look at that person, but, like, we're sequestered away in band camp, and all of a sudden that person who's nothing, like, they have an added value because the scarcity of resources. You know what I mean? Like, no, it wasn't like it wasn't that kind of a thing. But I would say it would probably be between those two guys. I think that Rivers was better than was Campbell. It was kind of mediocre, but, like, I mean, pretty much everybody else that rotated through, not really good. But Inez Cooper at right guard, excuse me, did also show flashes, but he also did have some freshman mistakes. But yeah, there was a lot to want to see improve.